So now that we've got all of the inserting and updating covered, what we have to cover now is obviously to retrieve data and also to delete it. So to retrieve data, what you have to do is use an execute, and the command is called select, and we're going to select all, which is shown by doing an asterisk or a star, which is Shift 8, and then you type from and then the table name, and our table is called person. Now, because we've done that, we don't actually need to commit because we're not changing any data. All we're doing is retrieving data. But what we do need to do is we do need to, first of all, make that a variable. So I'm going to call that, I'll just call that a table for now. Table is equal to, and then we're going to do for each in table, and we're going to print each. And when I run this, you'll see that we get all of the data which we stored earlier, which is Alexander, Bowers and 17, multiple times. So that now what we can do is retrieve, say, if we only wanted the first name, we can retrieve just the first name. There we got Alexander. If I wanted the second name as well, then we can retrieve first name and second name. So we can do multiple different things. We can select anything that we want. Quite often you'll use just the asterisk because most of the data you store will be what required for everything or for most things. However, if you do only need one or two different rows or fields rather, then just you can type in the names of the fields and it'll fetch only those for you. And also, this data here gets displayed in the order in which you type it. So if we do second name and then first name, it gets fetched back in that order. So the reason why when we did the asterisk it was fetched in the other order is because that's the order in which it's set up in the database in. We did the first name, second name and then age in our database, and that is the order in which it's returned to us. Now there's one other thing on which we can do which allows us to have more flexibility with the database, because this is currently being fetched back in the form of a tuple. We can't do as much as if we fetched it back in the form of a dictionary. So to do that, we can just put dict around each and run it again. Oh, sorry, no, I forgot something. One thing that we do need to do is activate the row factory, which is a built-in like a function that's built into SQLite 3, and it allows us to treat all of the rows, all of the data that's fetched back, as being a dictionary instead. And so now we get all the parameters added as well, so all the keys and all of the values added in the order in which we want them. Now you'll notice that the actual order here is different. It's got age first and second name because that it's been ordered alphabetically. So that is one of the differences, and it's not really a major difference. It doesn't allow you to do anything differently really in its basic form, but it does allow us to select data based on having the ability to search based on it being a dictionary rather than a tuple. So by adding square brackets and the name of the field in between, we can now fetch the list of first names, or if we chose second name, we can then do that as well. So we can now have the ability to perform more functions upon the actual data in which we're fetching. And also, we now have the ability to, I'm now going to show you how you delete something from the database. So now that we've covered how to fetch it, we can delete all of the excess there. And if we change this command to delete from, and then the table name, which is person, and then we have to do a where clause, where then it's the column name, and then what we want it to be equal to. So where last name, which is actually called second name in our database, where second name is equal to, and I'll just put Bowers. Now this will actually delete all of the rows which we have at the moment, and so if I was to now commit that and delete the variable name. We don't need the variable there. Now that's been committed. If I was to now select all of the data from the database again, so select all from person, and then we need to just add that variable back in, and now you'll see that all the data has actually been deleted from the table. So when we run this, you'll see that we get nothing printed back out, and the reason for that is now because everything actually matched before when we had the delete, and so there's no reason for anything to actually be within the database. We've changed it all, and so to show you exactly what the delete can actually do, I'm just going to insert some data into the database and then I'll resume the video. So as you can see, I've now inserted 4 different rows: Alex, Alexander, Jonathan and John, and these all have different ages. And there is one thing which I didn't show you with the select, and that is that you can also put conditionals or clauses on there as well. So where age is greater than 18, we'll now cut this down to just 2 people, Jonathan and John. And so, for example, if I wanted to delete something where all ages were under 18 for whatever reason, then we could also do that as well within the delete. So all select, select, update and delete allow you to do a where clause within that as well. So now that we're printing each of these from each table, I'll show you that we've got 4 data sets. I'm going to delete the ones which are under the age of 18. So if we change this now to be delete, and we're going to delete from the table which is called person, and we're going to delete where age is less than 18, and we need to commit this, and then I'm going to show you what the output is. So again, we need to remove that, and then do table is equal to db.execute. I'm just going to do select all from person, and now when we run this again, you'll see that we only have 3 different data sets. The person who was under the age of 18, which was Alex Bowers, age 17, that has now been deleted. So that is how you delete, how you insert, and how you can control how you retrieve data from a database using SQLite 3 within Python. Thank you for watching, and I will see you soon.